This is DANL100, Programming for Data Analytics. Chapter 13, Zip, Sas, Pickle Data, and Google Drive. Agenda. In this short video, I'll discuss the following topics. Topic number 1. Why do researchers and professionals use zip or compressed files? How to calculate compression ratio. Topic number 2. Our zip package. I'll discuss 3 functions: zip underscore list, zip, and unzip. Topic number 3. Free Sas Data Set and how to retrieve them using R. Topic number 4. Pickle Data Set or Python Data Set. Topic number 5. Google Drive. Topic number 1. Why do we care or professionals care about compressed or zip file? There are 2 reasons. The first reason is, suppose we have big data set and we want to store or send it to our friends or put it somewhere to save space. Then we want to compress it. Okay, so usually compression ratio is about 10. The definition of compression ratio is the size of uncompressed data set divided by size of compressed. Suppose the data set is 100 megabytes. We zip it, it's only 10. So 100 by 10, the ratio is 10 or 10 to 1. The second reason is, suppose we have a project. We have like 50 data set. We have 25 programs. There are some other documents. In total, we have 100 small data set. And it's really a good idea. We zip them together and we just give to a co-author, email, or put a Google Drive and let other people download or store somewhere for the future usage. Okay, so 2 reasons. First reason is we want to save space. Second reason is we put many small data program data set together. We just have one zip file. Okay, the first one. So let's calculate compression ratio. Okay, and so let's use. So this is SEC finding. Okay, we are going to look at the index. Okay, so here, so number 7. So this is SEC quarterly index, and you can just Google. You can Google SEC quarterly index file. Eventually, you are going to see this this link. Okay, I'm going to go to this link. Okay, I'm going to. Okay, I copy and paste. So this is SEC, U.S. Security and Exchange Commission. So this is quarterly index file. Okay, so let's go to the latest one. Today is April 8th, 2021. So its first quarter is available. So let's look at QTR1. Okay, so if you look at, so let's look at the first 4. Okay, so complete.gz. So this is zip file. And so complete.idx, so this is actually is a text file. So this is a zip file. So this is a .zip is another zip file. Okay, so this is the size of unzipped. Okay, so let's calculate compression ratio. Okay, so this one divided by zipped file. Okay, so this is 52 megabytes. Divided by 4.4. Okay, so 4.4. So actually, it's about 11.9. It's roughly 12. Okay, so uncompressed quarterly index for SEC filing, the first quarter in 2021, compared with the zip file, is about 11.9, about 12 against 1. Next, I'm going to show how to compress. So let's generate like 200, 100 small data set. Okay, then we are going to zip them into one. Okay, And before I discuss that one, so let's look at our package called the zip. Okay, so library called the zip. Okay, library called the zip. Okay, so actually there are two zip or unzip function. Okay, so another one. So this is unzip and zip, and from utility. Okay, to find the loaded function, we use search. For the next chapter. Oh, I think that for the previous chapter we discussed about our package. So search. Then we see this one, utility. Okay, utility it's one of our package. When we launch R, it is automatically loaded. Okay, so actually there are two pair of unzip and zip. Okay, we are going to focus on the zip unzip included in the zip. Okay, include zip our package. Because I do think unzip zip are more user friendly compared with the zip unzip contained in this R package. And so the following objects, actually the following function are masked from package utils. So actually this sentence is, the meaning of this sentence suggests unzip and zip from this utility function are not available, okay? So if we use zip unzip, so these two functions come from zip, okay? For this reason, if we want to get information about zip, remember before we can use help zip, or we can use help. So I'm going to show help zip. Suppose we type help zip. So this is only give us some. So if you look at here, so this is zip function come from this utility package. Okay, utility package. And as I mentioned, I'm not going to use zip from utility function. Okay, so it's not a good idea. We use help unzip, or we use help zip. So if we use help unzip or help unzip, we only get information about these two functions comes from utility. Okay, how can we find? There are several ways we find zip unzip from zip file. Okay, the easiest way is, so let's use help package equal zip. Then we can get all the function available or included within the zip. Okay, so I'm going to focus on unzip and zip unzip. Okay, I'm going to focus on the three function. Okay, so let's look at this one. So zip a list. Okay, so this is, so it's very, very simple. Okay, so zip underscore list, then zip file. Okay, I'm going to next. So let's download some like a zip file, contains all the like Python R programs. So let's go to a very useful called GitHub, github.com. Okay, so github.com, and so this is a very, very useful platform. Okay, because millions of developer and company build, ship, and maintain the software. So actually, this is a platform, and like if some researcher and also professional, they also individual, most of the individual, they develop some program, they have special data set, then they upload. Okay, and so let's look at Python for finance. Okay, so this is my book. So Python for finance, and so this is source code. Okay, so this is Python for finance. So let's look at this one. Okay, Python for finance. And I think this is mine. Okay. And so this is chapter 1. And they're all some kind. So C101, Python. Okay, so let's go back. So here, and so we can download the zip file. Okay, suppose I'm going to download it. Okay, and so next step. Okay, so I'm going to find the download. Okay, so this is C user, my name, and so this is download. Okay, so this is and so this is compressed file. So let's copy. Okay, copy, and suppose I put on the under the C. Okay, under the C, then I put it here. Okay, so Python for Finance second edition. Okay, and so we launch R. Okay, then we make a zip, right? So actually I just type library and zip. I did already, so just load this zip file. Okay, so I can use zip. So let's call A equals zip list. Okay, so I know the location is C temp is Python, right? What is name? Okay, so let's go back. So py, so py. Okay, so this is zip file. Okay, so I just put it here. And so let's look at head. Okay, and make it. Okay, so this is Python for Finance second edition master. Okay, so this is and suppose this is again Python for Finance second edition master chapter 01 and _1. So chapter 1, first one, assign value. Okay, so we can just okay, so this is the first one. Okay, so head A. So let's look at dimension A. Okay, in total we have 406 data set. So this is a zip. Okay, so this is zip. So let's set wd c temp. Okay, so let's make it set wd tt. Okay, it's not available, so let's just dir create tt. Okay, so dir create tt. So let's use so set wd tt. Okay, and again we have empty subdirectory. So let's unzip it. Okay, unzip c temp Python. Okay, so let's unzip. Okay, to see what's happening. Okay, then dir. Okay, you see we unzip. So actually this is directory. Okay, so this is dir Python. So this is subdirectory. Okay, so eventually we have like this is subdirectory, and the subdirectory we have other subdirectory. So let's look at suppose we have chapter 01. Okay, so this is another subdirectory, and we have 25. We have 25 Python program. Okay, remember we can use read line. Okay, suppose I want to look at this one. Okay, C1 chapter 0C MPV function. Okay, so I can use A equal read line. Actually, I can do this way. Okay, A equal read line. Okay, so this is and so this is C107. Then I hit tab. Okay, and read line incomplete line. Okay, this is warning. It doesn't matter. Okay, then we print. So if we use print a, right? So quote equal false. Okay, so eventually this is only like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 4 lines. There's only 4 lines for this Python program. Okay, and so this is my Python book, 2nd edition. So I have to change this one. Okay, so this is example of use unzip. Okay, so next one, I'm going to show you how to generate many small functions. Okay, so let's generate. So let's go to the IR. Okay, so I'm going to write a simple function. Okay, so let's launch Notepad. Okay, I'm going to make font a little bit bigger. Okay, and suppose we generate I 1 to 100. So we are going to generate 100 data set. Okay, so let's call x equals 1 to 500. So okay, so the output file equals index. So this is paste 0 index. So let's call I, and so this is .txt. Okay, suppose .txt. So this is output. Okay, and so we can test it. Okay, suppose I equals 1. Out file. So out file or index 1. Okay, index 1, index 2, up to index 200, 100. Okay, and so we can write x, and so this is file, out file. Okay, very simple one, nothing special. So let's make it 200. Okay, so basic idea, we have a data set. And I from 1 to 200, we generate 200 output file, and we output x to this function. Okay, so let's copy and paste. Okay, so it's very quick. So let's look at how many. So we use the IR. So pattern equals index. Okay, you see we have from index 1 up to index 100, because this is sorted according to what is called a string. Okay, and again, so let's use help. Okay, let's call help package equals zip. Okay, I'm going to discuss number 3. It's called a zip. Okay, the zip. Okay, so going down, let's look at the usage. Okay, usage is very simple. Okay, so usage is simply the zip and your file. Okay, so let's go back here. So let's use a equals, and remember here dir pattern index. So let's call this one a. Okay, so this is direct, we call it a. Okay, so the a variable has all the value here. Okay, and so let's use zip. Okay, same location, so let's call it all and zip a. Okay, and so let's use the dir. Okay, so the dir. Okay, let's make it a little bit wider. Okay, and you see here, so this is a zip. Okay, I'm going to remove all the index. Okay, so remember we have a file remove, and we remove a because a is index file. Okay, so remove Okay, so dir, we end up with our zip file, and also this is the previous subdirectory. Okay, again, we can list b equals zip list or zip. Okay, so obviously b includes all our zip file, sorry, all our text file. Okay, okay, so this is about the zip package. I repeat, okay, for the zip package, so usually we care only about 3. Okay, the first one is called zip list. So we have the zip file. We use zip list. We just find how many file included inside a specific zip file. So this is zip list. The second function is we use unzip, because we want unzip a specific file, or we want unzip all the to make all inside the text file or other data set available. So we can use unzip. I think sometimes we can make one specific. So let's look at it. Override jumpers files. Okay, files. Okay, okay. So let's just unzip one. Okay, a few. Okay, so this is, so let's dir, we only have zip file, so let's use a, sorry, head a. Okay, and suppose 1 2 3, we are interested in number 3. Okay, so this is unzip. Okay, so this is our all, so this is a 3 dir. You see, this is number 3. So this is number 1, number 2, and the number 3. Actually, it's index 100. Okay, so use unzip. So this is the zip. If we don't have the second parameter, it will unzip everything. Okay, and because we have number 3, then this is index. Okay, so this is like I call it a procedure. Okay, and suppose we have a zip file. Suppose we have like 500 stocks. We have zip file. We have 500 stocks, historical data. Okay, and suppose we want to calculate the risk index for each stock. Okay, so usually we unzip one, and we calculate, for example, IBM. So we write a code, we calculate IBM risk, then we write a loop. We unzip one stock, we calculate risk level, we save somewhere, then we remove it, we unzip the second one, continue this way. Okay, so this will make our, programming is much easier instead of unzip everything, especially when the data set is relatively big. Okay, we unzip one data set, we work, we calculate, we find our result. Okay, then we remove this data set, then we unzip another one. Suppose we have like 5,000 stock, we unzip the first one, we finish our result, delete the data set related to first stock, we go to second stock, unzip its related to data set, we finish our calculation, delete it, then go to next one. So this is usually is more organized way to deal like 100,000 similar structure small data set. Okay, so that's all about zip unzip, zip underscore list 3 function. Next topic, I'll discuss how to retrieve a Sas data set. Why do we care about Sas data set? The reason is Sas is quite powerful software to process relative speaking large data set. Okay, here I introduce one specific R package called Sas. So this is library. Okay, library, and so we upload called Sas 7bdat. Okay, So actually, SAS7 7BDAT, this is extension, one of extension of Sas Data Set. Okay, SAS7BDAT. Okay, we use help package equals the name of the package. Okay, actually there one function, another called SAS7BDAT. So this is a list of Sas data set. Okay, we are going to copy this one, and so we after we load this SAS7BDAT, then we use data SAS7BDAT.sources. Okay, then we can get this data set called SAS7BDAT source. So this is a data set. Okay, we have 232 row and 16 columns. Okay, so let's make it easy. We called X. So let's we copy it to X. Okay, so this is head X. Okay, so this is a depression. So this is name of the file when generated. Okay, so these are uncompressed, like zip file. Some SAS they have what is called a function called compress, uncompressed. Okay, so these are all uncompressed data set. Okay, so this is location of the first one, URL. So this is location of the second one. Okay, suppose we are interested in the first one. Okay, so we can like manually download. So we just copy paste for a browser. So let's use a new one. Then, so we can on the left hand side, you see we can simply download. Okay, so let's look at the second function. Second function is very simple. It's read Sas. So this is function, then location. That's it. Okay, so let's make download the first one. So retrieve first one. Okay, so this is so let's call it A equals X. So this is URL. Okay, URL and the first one. Okay, so this is the first location. So this is depressed. So this is depressed. Okay, then we are going to use read.sas. Okay, so X equal read SAS7BDAT. We get A. Okay, so this is much easier. Okay, I repeat. Okay, so this library SAS7BDAT package only have two entry, one function, one data set. Okay, for this data set, we have 232 links or 232 SAS data set. Okay, then we can use read.sas, then URL, then we can get our data set. Okay, time's out. So let's go back. Is this read.sas file? Okay, so there's no. So let's try it again. Okay, so X equal read. Yeah. Okay. So this is. So let's look at X, dimension of X. Okay, so let's look head. So let's look at the tail. Okay, so this is as I mentioned, this is depression data set. We have like 118 person. I think the ID. This is age and IQ, anxiety level, and depression, sleep, sex, and so anyway. So this is a SAS data set. Okay, so actually, so if we use this X, we remove that X. Okay, so this is head SAS7BDAT source. So in total, we have 232 SAS data set. Okay, so we can use one R package called SAS7BDAT, and we can find useful information. Then we can download. You see the drug problem. Okay, so drug test and also events. Okay, actually we can write the code to search the file name. Okay, we can search file name. Okay, so that's it about to download the Sas Data Set. Next, so let's see how to use R to read the Pickle or Python datasets. Okay, so this is number 5.c13. So number 5. Okay. We have two ways to get a list of Python dataset. The first one is run this code. Okay, so list of Pickle dataset. So another one is so this is text file. So let's do it. Use this one. Okay, then you can see a list of Pickle dataset I generated. Okay, so let's go back to R, and we can also find this one. So dimension of A. So this is length of A. So we have 42 dataset. Okay, so head A 20. Okay, we have all kinds of dataset. Okay, and for this one, so let's just copy paste. We load a live R package called reticulate. Okay, then import a pandas. So panda is one of most used Python module. Or it's quite similar to R package. Okay, so this is in file. So this is F3 monthly Pickle. So this is location. Okay, so we have FF3 monthly Pickle, and so then we use PD read Pickle. Okay, so I'm going to copy paste to see. Okay, copy paste, and we load the panda, import pandas package. Okay, then we get it. Okay, so this is head X, suppose 10 line, and so this is date. So this is first column. I think this is first column is date. So this is market minus risk-free, small minus big, high minus low, and risk-free rate. Okay, I haven't solved the problem for this, so this is a weird result. Okay, actually a much better solution is, because we are going to learn Python very. Okay, so let's look at the much easier solution. Okay, so easy solution is, and we read a Pickle dataset. Then we can export a CSV. It's much easier. Okay, so so this is number 6. Okay, so number 6 is we import panda as PD. If you don't know the meaning here, it's fine. Okay, because next week I'm going to introduce Python. Okay, so next several weeks, so we are going to go through all the detail about this function. Okay, so this is a path, and so this is my file, and ff3 monthly.pickle. Okay, remember for the R we use paste, paste, or paste 0. Okay, and for the Python, so we use like a plus. Okay, the plus, we combine the two string together. Okay, so PD is from this PD. Okay, then we read Pickle. Okay, then we can export. Okay, I launch this one. So we click File, we click New. Okay, then we paste our data here. Okay, I paste our program here. Then I click here, I run it. Okay, then I got result. Okay, so this is head, X head, and X tail. Okay, so if we want export to some CSV file, it's X to CSV. So then we call ff3 monthly.csv. Okay, so let's use absolute address C temp. So okay, just let's install locally. Okay, then I just hit F9, then I can execute this one. Okay, so if we want to look at so import OS, so this is file dir. Okay, so this is OS and current. Okay, get current working directory. Okay, so get current working directory. So this is CTH colon. So I'm going to check whether it exists here. Okay, I want to show the location of whether we indeed save this one. So we can use import OS operating system. Okay, OS list dir. Okay, so this is current working directory. Okay, so let's use x equals and print x. It's more user friendly. Okay, so we save as ff3 monthly, then we can see cdfs. So this is, you see, ff3 monthly. We indeed save it. Okay, so actually this method is much better, and then we use R to read Pickle. Okay, so here we load pandas module, then we have input file, then because this is Pickle, so we use pd dot read Pickle to read specific file. Then we save it as to_csv. I'm going to discuss these two functions in detail for the next couple of weeks. This is the last topic about the Google Drive. Okay, so this is not a complete introduction. Okay, I'm going to do it again in the future. Okay, type .13, and I have so many entries. Google Drive. Okay, and share your file and share your drive, and so this is so usually there are two areas. The first area is how to download shared file from other people's Google Drive. Okay, the second one is how to share your file or data set with others. Okay, I'm going to mention, I focus on the first part. Okay, the second part is a little bit more complex. Okay, and the first one is there's so-called Google Drive R package. Okay, C1317. Okay, and so library and Google Drive. So, and assume, okay, so if you don't have it, install package S. Okay, Google Drive. Okay, so if you don't have this R package, then the first method to install it is install. Of course, there's no number signs. Okay, because I installed already. Okay, installed dot package. Okay, plural, double quotation marks, and Google Drive. Okay, then library Google Drive. Okay, so then we simply launch it. So usually is this is called authentication. Okay, so this is Google Drive package is requesting access to your Google account. Okay, and because I set up already, so I just select one. Okay, just select one. That's it. Whenever you run, you have to authenticate your account. So this will link to my account. So Google Drive, or our package Google Drive, in this case, is connected to my Google Drive. Okay, so let's look at I generate some function called a search drive. Okay, because my setup is I go to my Google Drive. I'm going to show you very quickly, and I go to my drive. Then I share drive. Okay, and so this is code for 100. So this is DNL. So this is course. Okay, then I just click this one, and you see I have some CSV file. Okay, CSV file, and also on the top, I can manage a member. Okay, on top here, so I can manage a member, and I can set the permission. So I can set permission. Okay, so let's go back to R. Okay, I have a function called the dot search drive. So let's go to 12. Okay, so basic idea is, so this is my design. Okay, I generate R data set. Okay, and for this R data set, there are some data ID and also name, and this is a Google ID. Okay, actually this is location. Okay, this is location. Okay, suppose we know one location, then suppose let's call it ID. Okay, so this is ID equals so this one. Okay, let's look at one simple example about Google Drive. Okay, this is one example. Suppose after here I just assume, so let's go there, assume we know it's called Google ID. Okay, so this is a Google ID. So this is I'll explain what does mean Google ID. Suppose we have something here, we are given this here. Okay, so there's something before Google ID, so let's call it A, and something after Google ID we call it B. Okay, so in file, so let's copy and paste. Okay, so actually, so this is Google ID. Okay, we paste A before Google ID, we paste B after Google ID. So this is called, so actually this is our complete file or data set. Okay, so let's go to a browser to see what is this. Okay, I'm going to a new one. Okay, on the left hand side, on the bottom, so actually we download it. We just click. So let's go to the downloaded file. Download. Okay, so this is called the font. Okay, so this is file we just downloaded. Okay, so according to this one, so this is a key. Okay, the Google ID is key. So you type .13. So actually, I generate a file. Function. Okay, it's called search drive. Okay, you type search drive. Okay, suppose I want to show the first 10 line. Okay, so if I use 0, if I don't anything, it's only tell me the name. Okay, first name is font. I just show you data ID, and the second one is image, third one is chicken, and continue this way. Okay, so if the second input is non-zero, suppose we enter 2, it will give us the Google ID. Okay, so this is the first function, search Google Drive. Actually, this is a student can use this function to search file stored on my Google Drive. Okay, and the second function is called download. Okay, so this is it's called download. Okay, so let's show download the CSV file. Okay, so this is 13. Okay, and the first step is use .search drive, and we enter the keywords. It's called CSV. Okay, so A equals search drive CSV. Okay, So let's look at how many CSV files. So a total in 57. Okay. So let's use A. So let's use 20. And so this is available from my Google Drive. Okay. Suppose let's randomly pick up, so this is data. So chicken upload. So IBM monthly. Okay, so this is 6. Then we can use download drive, and it's only enter 7. Okay, because the 7 is related to the ff3 monthly.csv, and because I didn't specify the location of the path directory, okay, it will save under my current directory. I use get wd, so this is my current directory. Suppose I want to save this file to C temp, then I can specify, okay. Then, so this is ff3 monthly.csv, where it's downloaded, and save it on the C and temp is a subdirectory. Okay, so this is about all about the Google Drive. Okay, so this is a very complex topic. For my teaching, this part is optional. Okay, in the future, I will add more about Google Drive, especially the second part, how to share your Google Drive with others. Okay, that's it.
Shutterstock Music.